Alrighty then. Let's see if this thing gets started on YouTube here. I'm just getting the test out there. It's been a few months since I've done a live stream. Come on, YouTube. Let's see if it's working there. All right, cool. Now it is working. Okay, I see it's working on YouTube. I got it going on StreamYard here. So just going to give it a minute just to see if it's going through. Yep. Okay. So what's going on, everybody? JT is reborn here. And welcome to another solicitations discussion video. I used to do these things live all the time, but I have not done it live since July. I actually missed doing last month's video for the January solicitations because by the time I was going to get ready to record, I'm like, well, it's already been a minute since those solicitations came out. So I decided, screw it. I'll go ahead and talk about them now and see how everyone's doing in the chat. Good to see you. Tell him good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've done one of these streams. Good to see you on here. So hope you are well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the February 2022 solicitations. We'll share this on the Discord. All right, sounds good. I haven't really been using Discord in a while, but that's good. You're going to share it there. So I'm going to try and keep up with these comments and everything here. I'm just trying to have this all on my screen because I want to have it on there, and I also want to have it on YouTube showing up. So how am I going to pull this off? This is why I need two monitors. So yes, let's go ahead and get through these February solicitations. Nothing all that extremely exciting, all things considered. Obviously, Robin is still going to be the one I am most excited for when that drops. Oops, where the hell did that go? Okay, yeah, obviously Robin is going to be the book that I'm going to be most excited about when that thing drops. Like everything else is like I'm still excited for some of these other titles, I suppose, but Robin is still the one book that I'm most anticipating. So we'll quickly go ahead and yeah, we'll do that. I'm trying to get this all up on screen here. So let's go ahead and go through this. So if you're watching on the playback, you can go ahead and check it out there. I hope everyone's having a good see, for me, it's Saturday night. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday, Sunday, whatever time zone you're in. And let's go ahead and get started on these solicitations. So first we have Action Comics number 1040. This issue is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Sean Aldridge. And Superman has become a force to be reckoned with inside Warworld's arena, and Mongol questions his decisions to keep his enemies alive. As Superman's new Phaleosian ally, crew, I can't pronounce that name, teaches him new ways to fight without powers, he starts to win wars zones over to his cause. But someone within his inner circle finds their allegiances tested. Meanwhile, the elusive Midnighter uses his talents to find missing members of the Authority. So, what's this? I just need to get my next solicitation live stream done too, and covering DC Comics. Yeah. Hopefully it goes well for you, Tom. So next we have Aquaman the Becoming number 6. This is issue 6 of 6. This is all going to be setting up for the Aquaman comic, I guess, that's coming out to my knowledge. There's going to be like an Aquaman comic. So it was kind of one of the big announcements for this month. So Aquaman the Becoming number 6. I haven't actually been reading this at all, but I actually haven't heard anything. If anyone's reading Aquaman the Becoming, let me know what you think of it. I was just trying to catch up on all the freaking Batman titles. Like Fear State, I've covered every issue of Fear State like I promised to do. And there's 2 weeks left in the events. But man, I tell you what, trying to catch up and review all that stuff, because I wasn't really reading Catwoman. I wasn't really reading Harley Quinn, nor was I reading I Am Batman. But I Am Batman was only a few issues to catch up on, so I covered that thing. Then I went ahead and did Harley Quinn because it was only like 6-7 months worth of issues to read. And then I could get the Fear State tie-in issues. And then Catwoman, that took a hot minute to do because I had like 30-something issues to do, plus a 100-page special and annuals. And then once I caught up with that, as soon as I finished that, I had the this week's Fear State stuff. But Fear State was just kind of a mess. I mean, definitely enjoyed the first 2 issues. Okay, well, that's good, Tev. That's good you enjoyed the first 2 issues. So next we have Aquaman Green Arrow Deep Target number 5. I actually haven't read this thing, so I'm not sure if it's any good or not. Bang, zoom to the moon after finding themselves stranded on the moon. Aquaman and Green Arrow worked to get back to Earth. The problem is that this isn't Earth either. Remember, Scorpio has once again altered the timeline to resemble something a little more Jurassic. Dinosaurs. Next, we have Arkham City Order of the World number 5. I actually have been reviewing this on the channel because it said Fear State Times, but it seems like there's only going to be 6 issues with this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the entire thing. What do we got here? Ocean Master making his presence strong in it. Okay, that's good. Can't go wrong with good old Ocean Master. Next, we have Batgirls number 3. Honestly, Arkham City Order of the World, I'm just not really all that into, all things considered, but it's just kind of something there. But I will cover all 6 issues since I started it. Batgirls number 3, I'm looking forward to the Batgirls book. I read the backup, and I thought the backups in like Batman were just kind of okay, all things considered, but I am looking forward to reading the main book. I didn't read the beginning preview for it because I wanted to go into it kind of blind. So I think I'll go back and reread the Batman backups that were in the Fear State comics, and then I'll go ahead and read the main Batgirl book because I'm like trying to keep up with everything that's just Fear State related was just a freaking nightmare. And it said there was 35 issues that tied into Fear State, and so many of them just were just non-plot issues. Like they had nothing to really do with the event. And I'm like, what was the point of listing them as tie-ins? Batgirls number 3, written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad. The Batgirls investigation leads them to believe new street artist Tudor is responsible for putting innocent Gothamites under trance using his murals and then stealing their stuff. Luckily for them, Tudor is hosting an underground art show at the old shipyard tonight, so Babs and the Batgirls go undercover as attendees so the Batgirls can prove to Babs once and for all that Tudor's the one behind the strange crimes. And to make matters worse, Babs bumps into Tudor's ex at the event. Oof. Okay, so that could be kind of fun. Are there any variant covers? Look at this variant cover. This is a pretty sweet one. Oh, is Dick Grayson going to appearing in this? Oh, is that Bitewing, the dog, being Cupid? The only time Night King actually felt interesting was in the Fear State tie-in. Yeah, I didn't actually like the Nightwing Fear State tie-ins that much. Batman versus Big B, a wolf in Gotham. I have not read this thing at all, but this one's written by Bill Willingham, and this is the 6th and final issue, this Batman and Big B crossover issue. So if anybody's reading that, tell me your thoughts on it. So I'm just going to kind of skim through it. Batman the Night number 2. Oh, by Chip Zdarsky. Oh, this is actually issue 2. I don't even remember what was dropping in January, but Bruce Wayne's journey to becoming the Dark Knight has begun. He has many large lessons to learn before his education is complete. His adventure begins in the City of Lights Paris, where he'll train with world-renowned cat burglar and come into contact with a horrifying serial killer stalking the city's wealthy elite. I actually might have to pick this thing up because Chip Zdarsky wrote the best thing that was in Batman Urban Legends. And I heard some of his Justice League stuff is quite good, but the stuff that he wrote in Urban Legends with that 6-issue Red Hood storyline that was a part of it was the best part about Urban Legends. And the comic has not been able to match the quality of those first 6 issues once Zdarsky was out of it. So I'm really I was kind of hoping you write a Red Hood solo. I think that'd be kind of good. So what do you have to say? Apart from that, I'm glad I'm not picking up every issue connected to Fear State. Yeah, if you want to know everything about Fear State, I'm going to go ahead and put a channel or a playlist together at some point with all the Fear State times because there's just so damn many of them, and it just gets so exhausting trying to cover them all. But so many of them are just completely like filler. They really have no bearing on the plot. Fear State in general took so long to get going, and it was needlessly padded. And the best thing about it was Jorge Jimenez's artwork. And technically, we still have 2 more weeks left. Yay. That's going to be actually 2-3 weeks. I don't know. I think there's like a Fear State Omega issue that drops in December. All right, let's go to the next thing. Batman Urban Legends number 12. Written by several different people. Ram V's on there. Okay, Ram V's Catwoman book actually was pretty good. That's one of the good things. That's one of the things I did like about trying to catch up on Fear State stuff was it gave me the chance to kind of go back and read titles that I didn't necessarily read before, like Harley Quinn, I Am Batman, and Catwoman. Like Catwoman, I initially picked up the first like 3 issues of that comic book, and I wasn't really liking what Joel Jones was doing early on in that run, so I kind of dropped it. I was like, this is kind of boring. And even kind of going back and rereading it again, I'm like, oh, come on, you got to just push on through it. And as it went on more, I got into the series more. But when Ram V took over, it actually became a lot more exciting and interesting. There were some engaging issues throughout there. So, yeah, I actually like the Ram V Catwoman run. It's a shame that Ram V is going to be kind of taken off the book. Yeah, I hope Damian shows up too. But we'll see what happens. I think he's still off doing his own thing in the Robin book. Because, like, he's still, like, it seems like February, they're just kind of finishing up with the League of Lazarus stuff. And I think March is really when we'll get the next arc of sorts, because it really feels like we've been in the League of Lazarus for a long time. This is like a whole year comic book storyline. So it's definitely taking their time with it. And I'm really excited for next week's, for Tuesday's issue. And then we also got another one on the 30th. So 2 issues of Robin this month. I'm sold. Here we have Batman / Catwoman number 10. Look at that. You got Catwoman's titties hanging out right there. So those of you who are excited about that, there you go. Art and cover by Clayman. Yeah, Clayman and Tom King. Those two are extremely horny when it comes to writing Batman and Catwoman. The relationship between Batman and Catwoman has been, when Tom King writes it, maybe dislike them. Like they talk so obnoxiously. Bat, cat, cat, bat, bat, cat, cat, bat. Ugh. The Batman that Batman run was kind of terrible. But yeah, the artwork is yeah, somebody was down bad when they were drawing that. So don't mess with Catwoman. As our 3 storylines experience a rare moment of convergence, Selina fights for her life against the Joker and her own daughter, Batwoman. What secrets from her deadly friendship with the clown prince of crime will cause this row between mother and child? Find out in the action-packed issue that proves this cat can fight. I feel like this Batman Catwoman book has been going on for so long now. I'm kind of hoping we get to the end of it soon, but we'll see. Black Manta number 6. I actually haven't been reading this, but this is issue 6 of 6. The final issue leading directly into the Aquaman number 1 launch. Villain versus villain. Black Manta fights to stop Devil Ray, whose eyes are set on Atlantis, but whose ambitions might very well bring about the end of the world. Will Manta finally be able to zone roots and all that stuff? Okay, yada, yada, yada. Can't wait for the annuals. Yes, I can't wait for the annuals as well. Blue and Gold number 7, written by Dan Jurgens. So you get your Blue Beetle and Booster Gold stuff right there. Catwoman number 40. No more Ram V on the book, unfortunately. If I told you there's the whole retro glam apartment building in Gotham called the Trixie that houses mob wives, side chicks, and mistresses, and Catwoman has secretly taken a whole floor to herself, eavesdropping on mob wives and mistresses to blackmail them, would you believe me? Of course you wouldn't, because that's the last thing you want, is to be caught knowing those truths at the only place in Gotham you can actually get away with murder. So we got that there. I feel like I missed some stuff. Here, let me go back to the beginning. Okay. For whatever reason, I missed this part right here. So let me go back right here. Batman number 120. This one's written by Joshua Williamson. Yeah, it's weird. Like the Batman and detective stuff is like right at the top here, but like when you go and read through all the comics. So yeah, this is by Joshua Williamson. Abyss Part 3. The new Batman Incorporated's heinous crimes have landed him in a high-security prison. Batman believes the only way to help his old allies is break them out, but they don't want the help. Meanwhile, Batman's mysterious benefactor uses the chaos to enact their plans, but finds themselves lost in the dark against Abyss. Back up. The mysterious disappearance being investigated by Maps. Oh, Maps Mizuguchi. Yay, Gotham Academy stuff. And Batman take a violent turn. Could this missing person's case be something much darker? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited for Joshua Williamson to take over. Not sure what's up with this cover right here. Kind of bizarre, but there we go. I like what he's doing with Robin. Detective Comics number 1051. Written by Mariko Tamaki. Art by Max Rainer. Psycho Pirate. Blah, blah, blah. The mind manipulations of one of DCU's most calamitous villains are revealed at the heart of Arkham Towers. This is going to be released 2/1. Oh, it's going to be released on my birthday. Cool. That's right. February 1st is my birthday. Yeah, Joshua Williamson sure does have a lot. I don't know how he's going to keep up with all this stuff. I think that's why like Robin's like once a month and Batman seems to be once a month, but they seem to be upping the ante with Detective Comics. I think there's like 4 issues being released. So we got that. But usually as Batman's undercover operation takes a disastrous turn, Huntress finds her own mission inside the tower, growing more perilous. By the moment, all is revealed in this explosive first chapter, Act 2 of the Shadows of the Bat weekly event. Oh, we're getting a weekly comic? Holy shnikes. So it looks like we're going to be getting a lot of Batman comics. So this is like 40 pages here. So then we're a weekly event. Wow, that's going to be a lot to keep up with. So Detective Comics is going to be like weekly for a while. That's insane. Yeah, it appears so. Yeah, we're going to be getting a weekly. Wow, that's going to be a lot to cover. Another 40 pages, another like $5 every month. So wow, that's going to take a lot. His mold is breaking. That's message written blood across the minds of Arkham Tower's inhabitants. After a nightmare, melee is unleashed with Gotham's deadliest criminals reverting to their former murderous selves in one horrific night. Dr. Ware has a lot of explaining to do and a lot of covering up to perform. Can Nightwing get to the bottom of this mystery before the people of Arkham Tower are put in peril again? Plus, Batman's iron grip on Gotham is enough to drive the desperate to madness, and madness is on the mind of the boy in part 6 of House of Gotham when Average night at Coat Check and the Iceberg Lounge turns into a violent battle royale between the Dark Knight and Penguin. Lines are blurred, people are hurt, and the boys' descent into a life of crime deepens. Detective Comics 1053 released another week later. Holy, that wow. They're really releasing all these like 1 week after another, no break or anything. War in the streets as Dr. Weir desperately tries to keep his plans for Arkham Tower from crumbling. Boy, Tamaki must have been working on this for a long time. This is pretty crazy to do it like 1 week at a time with these comics. But it's like kind of reminds me of those old movie serials where it's like once a week you'd have to go back and read the next issue. But it'll keep me updated, I guess. The list of people very bad wanting to kill Dr. Weir grows, and Nightwing's on the precipice of cracking the whole scheme wide open. But with the maniacal party crashers waging war against the Bat family across Gotham, Dick must choose between helping a tower full of villains and helping his family. Then it's nightfall in Gotham during part 7 of House of Gotham as the boy, growing into a man before our eyes, runs afoul on an uber violent, unhinged Azrael Batman. Azrael's Batman now? Okay. The latest conflict pushes Gotham's most vulnerable into madness, and one man's rogues gallery reveals it's another man's salvation. Detective Comics 1054. Again, another 1 week later issue. This is crazy. Let's see. Wonder if they could be getting ready to move Tamaki onto another book and off DC Batman. Yeah, this is a lot to like for anyone to kind of write all that stuff. Hey Tevia, how you doing? Welcome in. They might decide to move her off. I'm not exactly sure. So written by Mariko Tamaki again. She's got a lot on her plate. Art by Max Rainer. Action Comics has been good. Well, that's good, Tevia. It's okay. So this is the last issue of the month 1054. Wow, Detective Comics is really kind of rolling out the stuff. They're really doubling down on Batman. Like, holy crap, we don't have everything Fear State in that. Let's put more Batman. So much Batman. Yeah, I think we all need a break. I want to have like some smaller Batman stories for a bit. Fear State just kind of just drained me. But this is going to be an interesting. It's going to be a weekly event, and it's only one comic. But then that's like that's $20 right there in terms of Batman comics to be reading in a month. It's Nightwing versus Psycho Pirate in the grand finale of Shadows of the Bat, Acts 2 of 3. Oh, snap. This is just like a 3-act thing, so I guess January's got a couple issues? I don't remember anymore. I don't even remember January solicitations, to be honest. As Gotham's elite gather to celebrate the formal opening of Arkham Tower, Dr. Weir's secret weapon is more unhinged than ever, and the storm clouds of disaster gather above the city's monument to reform. The party crashers, the Bat family, Penguin's forces, and a tower full of innocent civilians and villainous patients converge in the chapter you'll need to see to believe. Spoiler alert, not everyone makes it out alive. Someone is going to die. Dun, 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 dun. Every story has two sides, and as much as Batman has reached out his hand through the darkness to try to help the boy, there are too many hands in the shadows of Gotham pulling in the other direction. The finale of Act 2 of House of Gotham poses a stark choice. Live with the family you know, or betray everything you've learned to be true. I Am Batman number 6. This is the Jace Fox storyline. I Am Batman's just kind of okay. I didn't really care too much for the issue 0. It's gotten better with the other issues, but I'm still like wondering why Jace Fox wants to be Batman, especially if Batman's still around. He has no real connection to the Bat family, unlike his brother Luke Fox, who's Batwing, who actually took on his own mantle. Jace Fox is like, I'm Batman, and then like in what is it, issue number 2, he just takes off his mask and he's like, do I look like Batman to you? I'm like, well, what the hell? Why are you trying to be Batman if you don't want to be Batman? It just, I don't know. I feel like this should just be an Elseworld storyline. It really doesn't have any reason to exist right now in terms of like the current continuity. In Future State, I guess when Batman was gone, it made sense. But with Batman still around in the current timeline, why is Jace trying to be Batman? It doesn't really make sense to me. So it's just not. It's not that great. It's okay. It definitely had some moments of entertainment, like some of the artwork. But this really should be an Elseworld storyline. That way, John Ridley can play around with the lore, doesn't have to worry about the stuff that's going on currently, and it would make sense why there is just Jace Fox as Batman rather than just having Bruce Wayne still as Batman going on right now. I don't understand that, and I don't understand why Jace is dressing up as Batman when Bruce Wayne is still going as Batman. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Jace Fox baptism by fire as Batman during Fear State was he did nothing in Fear State. He did like absolutely nothing. Like legitimately, like nothing he did factored into Fear State. I just covered all those issues. He was just focusing on his own things. In fact, he's like, let the Bat family take care of that other stuff. And the only thing he did was try to help his mom. That's really it. He had next to no factor into Scarecrow or anything like that. Simon Saint makes like a bit of a cameo. Why? Like baptism by fire as Batman during Fear State, he was barely a factor into Fear State. He even shows up for one panel posing with the Bat family, who he hasn't even fucking really met yet, to my knowledge. I don't remember him interacting with them as like the next Batman. That's in Future State. That's an alternate timeline. Doesn't make sense. A relocation to the Big Apple. Okay, he's going to New York. I'm actually really okay with this. I think this is a good chance for him to establish himself as his own hero. See, having somebody new take on Batman, I feel like they need to have more of a connection to the Bat family. Like in Batman Beyond, it worked because Terry McGinnis found Bruce Wayne and he helped him out and discovered he was Batman. They already had that connection, and Batman was gone for years, so it made sense why he would want to take on the mantle of Batman. It worked there. Somebody else taking in the Bat family taking over, like Azrael for a short period, it made sense. Like a lot of that stuff made sense. It doesn't make sense for Jace Fox to be Batman if Bruce Wayne is still outgoing as Batman. And if he's going to take on the mantle of Batman, I feel like he should know Bruce Wayne. Oh, okay. So I've ranted enough, but like this solicitation, it could be just misleading. But so Jace Fox's baptism by fire as Batman during Fear State was the first step towards his next great challenge, a relocation to the Big Apple, joining his mother and sisters in the move. As they ride the city, Jace will find new adventures, a rekindled love, and terrifying new adversaries as Empire State of Mind begins. Okay, there you go. I'm Batman number 6. The new champion of Shazam number 1. So now we have Mary Marvel as Shazam. So Mary has always struggled to determine who she is outside her family. Kind of hard to do when you're all superheroes. Now after Billy Batson's heroic sacrifice. Oh, is Billy dying? Oh no, that's not good. As the power of Shazam has vanished and she's been left powerless, most heroes would be distraught, but not Mary. It's finally time to voyage of self-discovery as she prepares for her freshman year of college and civilian life. But nothing is ever truly normal for this young hero because she's just been chosen as the new champion of Shazam. At least according to the Talking Rabbit, sent to her by a strange brother Billy. Will she embrace the power? Will it die alongside this world's hope of survival against mysterious magical forces waiting to take control? Find out in Mary's first solo miniseries, brought to you by up-and-coming comics writer Josie Campbell. Yay. What did I miss right now? I'm going to go back and read some of these comics. Okay, comments right here. Why do we need Jace Fox Batman? He's so boring, complete waste of time. Jace comes out with a greedy, entitled brat. He didn't factor into Fear State at all. Why Jace going to New York? This sounds like a terrible idea. Ridley needs to stick with his movies. He isn't suited for comics. His comics writing isn't great. No, last time I remember Billy Batson was teaming up with Black Adam from Future State. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Then we have Aquaman number 1. So yes, an actual Aquaman title, aside from Aquaman becoming a Black Manta. Chuck Brown and Brandon Thomas. Our cover art by Travis Moore, who is a really good cover artist. So we got Jackson Hyde here. Dive deeper into the following thrilling conclusions: Aquaman becoming a Black Manta. When a terrorist in Middle America is revealed as Atlantean sleeper agent seemingly gone rogue, the Aquaman, Arthur Curry, and Jackson Hyde are on the case. But it soon becomes clear that the tragedy is not just a single bad actor, but the beginnings of a much larger, more dangerous thing. In the heart of an explosive Atlantean conspiracy, if Arthur is not careful, the secrets he's keeping from Mera, Tula, Tempest, Atlantis, the surface, even Jackson could cause a rift from which the Aquaman might never recover. Yep, I think it does sound like a great idea, Tevya. So we got this. We got all these different cover arts. Monkey Prince. I'm not really too familiar with this character, but some people say it might be good. Let's see. Introducing newest here in the DCU, the Greats Eagle to Heavens, better than this predecessor, the legendary Monkey King, better than the Justice League, and definitely the Teen Titans. Actually, all the heroes combined. Everyone, put your hands together for the Monkey Prince. Marcus' son moves around a lot because his adoptive parents are freelance hench people. So this month he finds himself as the new kid at Gotham City High School, where a mysterious man with pig features asks Marcus to walk through water curtain to reveal himself as who Marcus really is. Someone who has adventures through the journey to the west, can transform into 72 different formations, can clone himself using his hairs, and is called the Monkey Prince. I have no idea what this comic even is. This looks really bizarre and kind of out there. So cool. I'm for out there and weird. Suicide Squad Blaze #1. Another Suicide Squad book. Attacks begin without warning. Brutal, sudden, cannibalistic, and many-human with all the powers of Superman, but none of his humanity. An unstoppable being ruled. Oh, evil Superman stuff again. Yay. Oh, wait, it's not. It's someone else. Harley Quinn, Peacemaker. Okay, Peacemaker's in there. Not Peacekeeper. Not to be confused with Fear State. So we got that there. Yada, yada, yada. Another Suicide Squad book. Weird Love Tales #1. So this is their annual Valentine's Day special. They usually do like a holiday special. They do a Halloween special. Like Halloween special was Are You Afraid of Darkseid, which I did do a video on. You can check that out on the channel. This one is going to be a bizarre Weird Love Tales. Last year's Love Tales romance book was not very good. So here's hoping this year's could be kind of fun, weird, out there, and entertaining. We'll see. Yeah, let's get weird with it. Okay, and then this is where I left off before volume 1, the Lazarus tournament. Collects first couple issues, but it's not the entire story arc right there. And let's skim through here. I think I got to let's get down to the comics portion. Okay, so let's get back to where I last was, because apparently I had to go all the way up to the top. Blue and Gold covered that. Catwoman covered Dark Knights of Steel. I have not read Dark Knights of Steel at all. It's just some bizarre fantasy AU written by Tom Taylor, where there's secret affairs and stuff like that. I don't know if Dark Knights of Steel is any good. I liked his DC stuff. If anyone's read Dark Knights of Steel, what do you think of it? Is it any good? DC Horror presents Soul Plumber #5. Okay, this is kind of out there. Gotta get some water in me. I'm losing my voice. Oh, we got a couple more people watching. Cool. So we got that one. DC versus Vampires #5. This is another Tynian book. Dark Knights of Steel is awesome. Okay, that's good. Written by James Tynion IV and Matthew Rosenberg. There we go. Issue 5 of 12. The future of the world state. This Batman, Hal Jordan. Will the vampiric Green Lantern be too much for Dark Knight? Will the future of humanity be in the hands of Jaina, Vampire Slayer? The bloody best-selling series continues. Oh, wow. It must be pretty good. Deathstroke Incorporated #6. So we have King Slade. There we go. There we go. Got Black Canary and her fishnet-looking legs. There we go. She's got legs. Yep. Written by Joshua Williamson, who seems to be writing everything these days. The reign of King Deathstroke begins. After the shocking truth about trust, hubba, 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 money, 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 who do you trust? Every time I say that, I have to quote Batman 89, excuse me. Is revealed. Deathstroke finds himself the leader of a new army. Does he use that army for good or evil? Can Black Canary escape and warn the Justice League that there is a new force in the DCU? Which question will be answered? Find out today. I actually like the first few issues of the Deathstroke book. It's not amazing or anything like that, but it had some entertaining bits. Future State Gotham #10. Written by Dennis Culver. Covered by Simone DeMaio. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but they've done a couple covers for DC. Jason Todd, aka Peacekeeper Red. Oh, this is Future State, Fear State. I have absolutely no interest in this. I love Jason Todd, but I'm done with Future State, Fear State, all that stuff. I don't know, Tevye, why it's still there. It should just be done at this point. Green Lanterns #11 by Jeffrey Thorne. Not even the combined power of the ex-Green Lanterns, Joel and United Planets can stop the anti-Guardian. Will John Stewart arrive in time to defeat the threat, and do his new powers even stand a chance? The battle for the fate of the Green Lantern Corps and the entire universe hangs in the balance in the cumulative issue of the Last Lanterns arc. No one gives a damn about Future State. Yeah. Harley Quinn #12. That's a comic I've read every issue from now. Like, I started going back and when I was covering Fear State. It's pretty decent so far. If Superman had to deal with the bomb in a runaway train barreling Gotham, he just threw the whole thing into outer space like a football. Zatanna would do some cool magic thing. Aquaman would summon an army of bomb defusing dolphins or something. But I'm Harley Quinn, and I can't do any of those things. So am I going to defuse the bomb, save Kevin, and stop Keepsake? Oh yeah, Keepsake from destroying Gotham. Well, I'm working on it. Okay, don't rush me. But I've definitely, certainly, without a doubt, got it handled. Probably. So there you go. Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill Tour, number 6, the comic with the longest freaking title in existence. Yeah, Tevye, I went and just read it all just in time for just because I wanted to cover all the issues of Fear State and I wanted to like read everything before it. It's not too bad. It's got some comedy for it. At least felt different from the other Fear State stuffs, but like it's not amazing or anything like that. But it's okay. It's okay. Harley and Ivy, the Eat, Bang, Kill Tour. So your Harley Ivy shippers, there you go. They do some kinky stuff together. I haven't actually read this thing at all. It's just tied into the Harley Quinn animated series. The Human Target, number 5. I have not read this at all. It says Tom King, so I'm just going to ignore it because I don't really care for most of Tom King's writing. Livewire, Justice League number 73. There's like no Justice League on this is the cover. Huh. Oh, Brian Michael Bendis. Oh, another book to avoid. Lords of Chaos Part 2, the Justice League and the Justice League Dark team up to navigate remade world of chaos. All the heroes must come together to save what's left of the world they have dedicated their lives to protecting. But has Dr. Fate gone bad? Oh, no, he has. So apparently Bendis is just writing the whole thing. Why this guy is still working at DC Comics is beyond me. They really should just take him off the book and just, let him go the separate ways. I don't understand why he's still writing stuff at DC when most of the stuff he's done has not really been that successful. In fact, he pretty much tanked the momentum of Superman. He's part of the reason John Kent is not a very interesting character anymore. And well, that could be editorial too. I can't blame it all on him, but just to know. Yeah, Bendis, I don't know why he's still writing stuff. I have no interest in reading books for him. I gave him a chance with the Superman stuff. I read a bunch of issues, and then I think it was like after the Superman revealed himself and the Legion of Superheroes stuff, I'm like, I'm done with this guy. I don't want to support Bendis' stuff. I really don't, which is a shame because I'd like to be reading Justice League if it were good. Maybe I'll read Justice League Incarnate because Joshua Williamson's writing it. This issue, yeah, John Kent's just kind of a like, he's so whiny nowadays. He's really like he's and yeah, just as a character, like I don't know, like there's some questionable things with how he acts as a hero nowadays. So I don't know. I don't know anymore. Superman Son of Kal-El is just the first issue was promising, but then it just kind of like dwindled a bit. And I know what was it issue 5, which was the big whole thing with John Kent and Jay, which ultimately was just so like that whole scene was just so kind of like half-assed with like next to no build up, next to no reaction to it whatsoever. It was just entirely bait to like get people like riled up and get all this press and stuff. But it was so kind of half-assed. It just was treated like a circus show with the media attention to it all and all that. And I'm like, put some more effort into it. That's what I gotta say. I mean, it was just kind of one of those things where I'm just like, you could have really done better with it. You could have had more build up to that moment, but there's like next to no build up to it whatsoever, and it just kind of happens, and then it's just not addressed at all. And I'm like, wow, all this hype for just nothing. So yeah, I think so too, Tevye. I think Jay, like, there's that one panel where it looks like he's almost hypnotizing John in a way. Like, there's something really shady about this guy. All of a sudden, he's like, he knows Lois Lane. He's hanging out with him, and all of a sudden, they're just like within 5 issues, that's it. There's some shady shit with Jay. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm waiting for that reveal. In which case, boy, will it be kind of what a shocking twist. So I don't know. I feel kind of Jay is shady. Like he seems like such a shady character. So yeah, he's got to be a villain. Like just the way he's just kind of like weaseled his way into like John's entire life, and in 5 issues. So yeah. This issue, a hero dies. Dr. Multiverse discovers there's a threat greater than Darkseid, and the Justice League Incarnate's only option is to work with the Lord of Apocalypse. Meanwhile, on Earth 7, Orion and Aquaman lead the rest of the team to gain control of the Oblivion Engine, but by the time this issue is over, remember the Justice League Incarnate meets their end. Okay, I'll have to check out Justice League Incarnate. Hey, David the Master, how you doing? Good to see you on here. Yeah, Jay just seems kind of shady. I think a lot of people have kind of noticed that too. And like, yeah. Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes, number 2. The Gold Lantern Saga, part 2. Who is the Gold Lantern? Oh, Brian Michael Bendis. Blah, 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 blah. And there we go. Speaking of Tom Taylor, yes, Nightwing. Okay, yeah, like I honestly like the media reaction would be extremely funny to all this because they clearly just would have baited everybody with, "Oh wow, look at this whole thing with John Kent and this Jay character." And then if he turns out to be a villain, oh my god, the meltdown on social media would be, or with just the mainstream media and all that, would be hilarious. So I hope it kind of happens because so far Jay is just not an interesting character, like and all that, and he just seems kind of shady. I don't know. There's just something off about him, and him and John don't really have any of that chemistry. I mean, if they had chemistry, it'd be one thing, but they really don't. It just all that like their relationship just feels so rushed. Like I'm like 5 issues in, that's it. So so Nightwing number 89. I think like I said, if they're since they had that moment, it really should have just been like come a little bit later on down the road in the issue. But they turned it into like a circus show or like a circus act with it was like, oh, look at all this stuff. And then like most of the people who were excited for the moment just came away like, wow, that's it. There's like next to no reaction for it with from John or like no build up to it. It just kind of happened. So there we go. Okay, Nightwing and John Kent teaming up. I don't feel like calling John Superman because like Clark is still out there, and I feel like they really rushed John becoming Superman. Favorite Sean William Scott movie? That's an interesting question. I mean, he's great. He's how can you not love him as Stifler? Like he's so iconic in that role. Like that is like the iconic role. But like I really like the rundown and role models and like his American Pie movies. Like I don't know, it's just kind of one of those things. But Sean William Scott's cool and he's got a good name. Anyways, Nightwing 89, written by Tom Taylor. Superman slash Nightwing crossover years ago when Robin took his first uncertain steps away from Batman as his own hero. Superman stepped in and offered Dick Grayson crucial advice. Support and name Nightwing. Now it's time for Nightwing to return the favor. To be concluded in Superman Son of Kal-El, number 9 in March. Okay, so Tom Taylor doing a crossover. I'm actually like, this could be kind of fun. I actually like Tom Taylor's Nightwing book for the most part. I did not like the Fear State stuff. I feel like it killed the momentum of that entire book. But yeah. Gotta get some more water in me. Sean is losing his voice. How long have I been rambling on for? 37 straight minutes. Nubia and the Amazons, number 5. Written by Stephanie Williams and Vita. Excuse me. The monster behind Doom's doorway revealed. Medusa is back and wants the Amazons to pay for the years of imprisonment she suffered in Tartarus. Now our queen must fight to secure a future for her sisters. Will she deliver the killing blow or show mercy for a woman scorned by man's world? Plus, look into Nubia's past gives us a preview of her future. One Star Squadron number 3. I no clue what this thing is. Written by Mark Russell. Issue 3 of 6. Things just keep worse for Red Tornadoes. He's called to face his most ferocious foe yet. The board. This is a group of money-hungry investors are willing to do just about anything to turn a profit, and could mean the end of heroes for you. As the company stock plummets, or I hear questions like then. There we go. Excuse me. Pennyworth number 7. This is based on that TV show. It's the final issue of Pennyworth. From Russia tundra to the Giza plateau, from the past to the present, Alfred Pennyworth has quite literally traversed the globe and answers not only thing stands to Alfred the truth, but one thing that is the killing machine known as KG Beast. Alfred's odyssey of espionage and betrayal comes to its thrilling conclusion. Boy, it's been a while since Alfred's there. Thoughts on the John reveal? Which aspects, Caesar Rome? You'll have to be a little bit more specific. Yeah, if I ever get the chance to, it'd be kind of fun to do. Okay. I still don't care about Pennyworth. Yeah. I mean, let's see. Refrigerator full of heads, number 4. All right. Now that Callan Secret is out of the Bloodthirsty Biker Gang. Okay. Refrigerator heads. I'm not really familiar with this comic at all. It could be kind of interesting. This is a pretty cool, badass looking cover here with this chick and this axe. I like the design of the tree here. So, a refrigerator full of heads, number 4. Now that Cal and Arlene's secret is out to the Bloodthirsty Biker Gang, scouring Brody on for the magical axe in their possession. The heads are truly rolling their plans to get out alive. They're going to need someone who knows exactly what an axe can do. Someone like, for example, June Branch. Unfortunately, June is a little tied up at the moment. Is anybody reading this story? I'd be curious to know what everyone thinks about it. I have not seen the Pennyworth TV show, Tavia. Here we go. Okay, Refrigerator Full of Heads is the sequel. I had no clue. I'm not familiar with it at all. Here we go. This is the book that I'm most looking forward to is Robin number 11. Yes, so I love this cover art by Simone. Like there's a lot of variants too. There's this pretty cool one here. And what's this? Damien's parents together sharing the same variant cover. Look at that. There we go. They got style. The Al Ghul certainly have style, that's for sure. But I like this little thing here, the We Didn't Die party. And then you got the little asterisk there permanently. I like this cover. You have Respawn, you have Ravager, you have Connor Hawk, you have Flatline, you have Black Swan, you have XXL. So yeah, like this is a pretty cool looking cover art. I really like it. They survive the League of Lazarus tournament. Damien, Flatline, Ravager, and Connor Hawk celebrate with the rest of the fighters, but their party quickly turns into another deadly fight. Secret crushes are revealed, hearts are broken, and Hawk has one last confrontation with an old enemy before he can return to his former life. Okay, so I'm interested to see where Connor Hawk goes from here. They talk about secret crushes are revealed. Is this between these two characters? Because issue 7 was like very baity with that one. They said that the two of them shared kind of a kiss in the solicitations, but it never happened in the Robin run, which makes me wonder, like, are these solicitations just going to be intentionally misleading? Did I miss something? I don't know, but I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I really want to know what's after the Lazarus tournament thing. Are they going to go to Gotham? I hope like it's like for what I hope happens next. I hope Flatline goes with Damien to Gotham or just kind of goes on a worldwide adventure. Maybe they run into his dad at some point because Damien has to run into his father at some point because we've been in the League of Lazarus tournament and everything kind of connected that for a really long time at this point. And I want to know what's next. Art's going to be done by Gleb, so it should be fun. Like at least like let's go ahead and read these comics. I live in the Mitten State. That would be Michigan. The Robin run has been the big thing I've been more hyped for every month. Yes. Yeah, they've certainly been teasing it for a long time in this whole run. I mean, they have the whole manga connection and all that stuff going on with that. I really feel like there has to be kind of a payoff for that if they're going to do something with it, because it just makes no sense to do all this build up in that with absolutely like no payoff. But I do respect Joshua Williamson for really kind of taking his time with it rather than kind of rushing it through, like as we were talking about earlier with the Superman Son of Kal-El thing with John and Jay. Like I feel like that should have had more build up and development to that rather than just kind of rushing it in issue 5 and then having next to no real reaction to it. That's at least what I think should have been done to really build a connection. So at least they're doing that with Robin and Flatline. So we'll see what happens. Tim Drake Robin was on one of the covers for Detective Comics. So what are your thoughts on the Chloe? I have no idea what that is, David. Yeah, well, John is still Superman. He's still getting like a lot of attention, so I guess that's cool. But the Robin book is still the best thing. Yeah, like I'll say this when it comes to Tom Taylor, in his writing of couples. If he has an established couple to work with, he does a pretty good job for. Like his Green Arrow and Black Canary is actually quite good, and I don't mind like what's going on with him and his Nightwing and Barbara stuff. But when it comes to like trying to craft a new thing, like for instance, I'll put like his Deceased Dead Planet example, which involves Damien. In that comic book, you have Damien with Cassie Sandsmark. Okay, how did that come to be? There's no build up to it at all. It just kind of happened. Granted, it's a 5-year time jump, so we can assume something happened, but I feel like that should have had some build up to it or some explanation of how that kind of came to be. Because otherwise, it just kind of comes right out of nowhere. There's no pre-established history in any other medium to like do something with that. So yeah, that's one of his issues. Like if it's something new, he struggles with it. But if he has like a pre-established thing, like a Dinah and an Ollie, or Dinah and an Ollie, he does a really good job with it. So he could be hit or miss. Exactly. Like if the characters have, as you're saying right here, if the characters have a long history, he writes it quite well. But if it's something new, he kind of struggles with it. So when he has to actually present it himself. Yes, this is very true. Some writers can have like some of the most iconic couples of all time and do a terrible job with it. Case in point, Tom King. Like, his Batman and Catwoman are just an absolutely atrocious couple. Like, they talk really obnoxiously, but like there's just a lot of crap with it. So I didn't like the way they always just like bat, cat, cat, bat, 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 cat, bat, bat, cat, 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 bat. Like, it just like every other line was like that. They just were really unlikable, and it just kind of made me not like Batman and Catwoman together in any capacity after that. It isn't fully established. Fine. Yes, exactly. It still isn't established yet. Well, like with that, I could have gotten behind it if there was actual buildup and development for it to be. I feel like we need like the missing years for me to kind of care about that, because as it stands, it's just something that exists. Exactly, exactly. There was something in Deceased, but I'm like, what was? There's no buildup to it. Like, if you want me to care, like establish something there. But anyways, I'm really looking forward to the Robin book. It's my favorite right now at DC, as most of you know. I have not actually read Robin's, but from what I saw online, people were just shitting all over this book. Here we got our workout variant covers right there with stuff. But yeah, I got to read the Robin's book. I'm actually, it's on my list to read, but I've heard a lot of people say it's not very good. Scooby-Doo, where are you? I don't know who's reading these Scooby-Doo books, because there's like issue 114. I'd never see these in the comic book shop. Never. Suicide Squad number 12. Look at, there's Amanda Waller, the most evil character in existence, written by Robbie, well, not in existence, but Amanda Waller, just like one of those characters you just want to spit on the screen, because she's such a bitch, but she's so good at what she does. Like, and getting you to dislike her. Rick Flag attacks. The squad has their hands full with the Marvel that is Earth 8, and soon learned that the rest was actually just a decoy for Waller's real Suicide Squad, of course. If they're going to get off Earth 8, they'll have to get through a whole other squad in the process, and Justice Flag is about taking out Waller. Once for all, he's betrayed by a double agent in his ranks. First issue of Robin's. Okay, yeah, I've heard bad things about Robin, so I'm going to have to check it out. It's weird, because like I've seen Tim Seeley write decent stuff, and then he writes bad stuff too. Like in Urban Legends, he had like a future Damian, like Batman 666 thing, and it was bad. Whereas Connor Kent's, I thought that was like proven to be like a clone or something of Connor in Suicide Squad. I don't know. I didn't like pay attention to it. Gotta get some water. Suicide Squad. Oh, Tim Seeley right here. The final battle for domination of all life on Earth begins. There's a new player in this game, and Defacer and King Shark. All I've got the differences. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, like she would be kind of cool to see. I really liked the Suicide Squad movie. I think it's the best comic book movie that came out this year, and then I guess followed by that, I'd say probably Zack Snyder's Justice League. Then I'd probably go Shang-Chi, and then I haven't seen Eternals yet. I'll try and check that out this week, since I'll be coming up on a bit of a break. And I did see Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't even see Eternals tomorrow. I don't even know. Black Widow wasn't very good, and Snake Eyes was bad. But yeah. Yeah, that was good too. I like some of the stuff he did, but like for whatever reason, like some of his other stuff is just bad. Very, very mixed with that guy. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 8. This is the final issue. It's written by Tom King. Gonna be a no for me, because it's Tom King at this point. Like I read his entire Batman run, and like there's like 20 issues of that run completely wasted on stuff. Oh, Batman and Catwoman are gonna get married. Oh no, never mind. Haha, we baited all of you. What was even the point of that? You just wasted everyone's time. And then the thing to top it off too, like they revealed it in like before the issue came out that they weren't actually going to get married. So it was just stupid. Crime Street revealed a Supergirl continues to battle against brigands. Heroes won't join conclusion and claim miniseries that has changed Carousel for good. Does anybody like this Supergirl comic by Tom King? I don't really have an interest in reading it, because like I said, I've just kind of given up on most Tom King stuff, because a lot of it's just not that great. Case in point is Batman book, and then the guy just kind of comes across as a bit of an asshole. So yeah, All right, Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 8, a book that is just kind of mixed for me personally. Like I like the first issue, but didn't really care for the second and third issues really. But this one's also written by Tom Taylor. Basically, John is just I don't know what they're gonna do with John going forward. Like there's some of the yeah. Well, Harry Bendix. Okay, this sounds like Bendis, so at least I'll give Taylor props for that. It sounds kind of funny. Harry Bendix's plan for ultimate control threatened every superhero on Earth, and in trying to stand against the dictator of Gamora, Superman makes himself a target of business and world leaders. He is seen by too many as a force that must be stopped. How much can even the Man of Steel stand against before he bends? Yeah, we'll see where this thing goes from here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care for John as a character anymore. And the sad thing is, I actually liked when Tom Taylor wrote him in Deceased. He was so much more likable in every sense of the word. But John Kent is just like nowadays, like ever since Bendis, like he's just not been a likable character at all. It just like he's just kind of like almost comes across like he's going to be some sort of like angry dictator. Just the way he's kind of being written and stuff. I don't know. It just doesn't really work for me. Why Batman and Tyler a better couple if people like Batman and Catwoman? Glad you do. Okay. What is your ethnicity? I'm kind of a mutt of various things, but yeah. Let's see. Teen John is one of the most boring characters. Yeah, he's pretty boring. I don't like I said, like he's just not really exciting as a character anymore. And plus, I feel like one of the big mistakes was Superman revealing his identity because we don't get a chance to really know who John Kent is. Like we never get that difference between John Kent as John Kent and John Kent as Superman. I feel like a lot of that's a big missed opportunity. Or retcon this John is an imposter. Oh, they're not going to do that. Yeah, Tom Taylor works great on Elseworld Tales. I don't know what it is, but his Elseworld stuff is just so much better than his main line stuff. If you had 3 wishes, what would that be? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Unlimited power, world peace, and superpowers. I don't know, something like that. We'll see. Swamp Thing, Green Hell number 2, Task Force Z number 5, 1922. Okay, so this is Task Force Z, written by Matthew Rosenberg. I actually read was it the first issue of Task Force Z? I thought it was okay. Nothing all that spectacular or anything like that. It was just okay. It has some potential. Heads, everyone gets eaten by a zombie. Tails, who am I kidding? Everyone's going to get eaten by a zombie. Oh, so it's the Batman Forever Two-Face where he intentionally flips the coin to get his results. Who am I kidding? Everyone gets eaten by zombies. It's always a trick question when Two-Face is involved. And Harvey Dent's role in this whole zombie Suicide Squad thing, Zombicide Squad is a whole lot weirder than you think it is. Or maybe not. I don't know. What are you still reading the solicit for? Get out there and read Task Force Z. Okay, I got to give props. That's pretty cool explanation. Here we go. One of my enemies, Teen Titans Academy number 12. Teen Titans Academy just sucks as a book. Like in general, it's just not very good. But it seems like we're finally going to get a Red X reveal. It's all come down to this. I think this is the last issue Tim Sheridan's going to be writing, which thank goodness, because Teen Titans Academy is just an overstuffed mess of a comic book. It's all come down to this. As their lives are literally tumbling down around them, the Titans must contend with their betrayal of their most troubled student, who has just unmasked themselves as Red X, plus a familiar face from deep in their darkest days, determined to exact an unholy vengeance upon Nightwing in the end. After this epic collision of past, present, and future, who and what of Teen Titans Academy will still be standing? Okay, so we're gonna get a Red X reveal finally. This, Teen Titans Academy is on my worst list of 2021. Yep, it's bad. They really need half the team. Exactly. We have too many characters in this fucking book. Nobody gets really any time to develop. It's just an overcrowded mess. I can't remember who half these people are half the time. They really should have started with a small foundation and then gradually built out over time with Teen Titans Academy. You should have started with the previous team with Damian, like Damian's previous team, then slowly add members in over time, have the younger heroes mentored by the older heroes, and then build on from there. There's just too many characters. They have the whole Red X thing, and Red X worked in the Teen Titans animated series. Like, you're just trying to base this off that, but that's not canon to this universe. You don't really have a strong foundation of Red X in the comics. You have to build that from scratch. You can't just expect people, oh, he was in the animated series, so he must be really cool. Yeah, it's just too many characters. Yeah. Have Peter J. Tomasi just write him. That's all you can do. I know Tomasi's going to be writing something in January, but why isn't that guy on like a main Superman book or like a main Batman book or anything right now is beyond me. You know what? You don't be justice for me. Have Brian Michael Bendis taken off Justice League and put Peter J. Tomasi on there. That would be, there's nothing more justifying to me than just seeing that happen. Gorilla Greg can stay. I like gorillas. Okay, Greg can stay. He's the one who gets to stay. Greg is the only one because he's a gorilla. Like I said, I didn't really mind the last issue I reviewed of Teen Titans Academy all that much, mainly because it was just a Gorilla Grodd based issue, but it all felt kind of pointless by the end of it. I don't know. Teen Titans Academy just not that great. The Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries number 11. Oh, is that the Creeper? Okay, we got that. The Flash number 779. Here is unexpected heroes arrive to help the Flash as final confrontation with Eclipso. Can Wally West move fast enough to save the universe? Find out in part 3 of the Eclipso War. I have not been reading the Flash. I actually want to go back and read the entire Flash run from the start of Rebirth till now. It will take some time, but yeah, I think this is James Tynion's like last Joker issue. There are dark, sinister secrets in the world, and then there are secrets held by the infamous Samson family on their compound in town, Texas. Jim Gordon is about to enter a hell he never imagined to save the Joker. Punchline backup. Oh my God, this thing's still going. The trial of Punchline grows volatile as the Royal Flush Gang makes their biggest and most wicked move in Gotham ever. Punchline's endgame is here. So this looks to be kind of the end of it. Yeah, the Flash I hear is good. Wally with his kids. I hope Wally's kids get to meet Damian at some point. That'd be kind of cool. The Joker presents a puzzle box number 7. Final pieces fall into place. The Joker's tale has come to an explosive end and is blown up in everyone's faces. Now Commissioner Gordon is racing to pick up the pieces, but various attacks across Gotham City culminate in the assault on the GCPD itself. Who is behind them and why? The answer to that riddle will make you laugh and laugh and laugh. That's good. Titans United number 6, written by Kevin Scott. I have not actually read this comic book, but I do plan on it. I do plan on checking out the Titans thing. So here's the Starfire versus Blackfire. I hear Titans United is actually pretty good, though. Blackfire victorious. Earth has fallen to the Queen of the Tamarain. Is this thing canon, or is this kind of an Elseworld storyline? Does anybody know Titans United? It looks like an Elseworld story. Blackfire victorious. Earth has fallen to the Queen of the Tamarins, with the Titans completely at her mercy, all except one. It's a family reunion like no other, as Starfire faces her sister with surprisingly ally in town. All this time, Black Zero wrestles with the new identity, is ready to leave the Superboy behind. It looks like something that's just kind of its own world. Yes. Good idea, Tubia. Wonder Woman, number 784, written by Becky Cloonan, Michael W. Conrad, and Vita Ayala. Wonder Woman versus the Shining Knight. As our hero seeks to stop the Image Maker, this warrior reveals his true intentions, but he's a friend or foe. If Diana wants to save the world, she's going to need all the allies she can get. Then in our backup story, a plot to overthrow the Themyscirians simmers as Queen Haruka II plans to resume her rightful place among the Amazons. Wonder Woman Evolution number 4. Wrenched away in Earth and ruined alien world will stand trials or proxy as alien gods determined. And but she ran to take she's gonna take on the entire Justice League in a battle. Cool. Worlds of Krypton number 3. Number 3 is 6 is evidence of Krypton's environmental precarious amounts. And Absolute Multiversity. Oh, so these are just collections now. And now we are done with that. Here you go. Here's your Super Sons, Challenge of the Super Sons stuff. And these are just various volumes and solicitations and stuff. Oh, I love this cover right here. I love Simone DeMano's covers. Like, they're just beautiful looking covers. But there you go, everyone. After me talking for an hour now, we have gone through the entire solicitations list. There's so many comics to ramble on and talk about, but the stuff I'm most excited for in February, of course, Robin is number one, and I guess Batman, because Joshua Williamson's writing it. So I guess the Joshua Williamson stuff is really what I'm most looking forward to, but we got a ridiculous amount of Batman comics again. The Nightwing crossover with Superman could be kind of good. I haven't been reading Action Comics. Batgirls is another one. Really just Batman stuff. We got a lot of them. So Detective Comics is going to have 4 issues in February, so that's going to be kind of interesting. Catwoman, without Ram V on it, I don't think this title is going to be quite as good, but we'll see. We'll see. I really liked when Ram V was writing it. So Dark Knights of Steel, I have not personally read. DC vs. Vampires have not read yet. Deathstroke Inc. could be fun. So like I said, I'm really just reading the Joshua Williamson stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, I was reading all the Superman stuff, but Brian Michael Bendis just killed my love of Superman comics, and I just got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to read this crap anymore. I've heard Philip Kennedy Johnson's a lot better, but I haven't really been picking stuff up since I was reading Bendis' Superman. I think, what was the last issue I left off on? Let me check really quick, so I know I got it somewhere. So the last issue of Bendis I left off on was issue 19. So that was, and then I just kind of dropped Superman altogether. That was January of last year. So I got to the point where I just couldn't really take it anymore, and I was like, I'm done. It's my second favorite book right out. What's your favorite? All right, we'll just leave this on. We'll leave this on the book that matters, that everyone cares about. So no. There we go. Robin. We'll leave that right there since that's the thumbnail of the video. Here we go. Oh, that's good. Bendis broke me. There you go. See, there you go. There's the right answer right there. Robin is the right answer. Like I said, no other book has just got me excited like Robin. Yes, I am biased because Damian's my favorite. But he had a rough go of things for a few years there in terms of the comics. Even now, do you realize we're 1 year out from that previous Teen Titans run just ending altogether? Like the final issue of his shitty Teen Titans book ended. Robin again. See, Robin's the right answer. The final issue of that shitty Teen Titans book came out last November. That's crazy to think about, that disaster of a book ended a year ago. The nightmare ended a year ago. And we were still left kind of ambiguous for what was going to happen with Damian's character. But he's in such good hands now with Williams saying, yeah, there may be a few things that there may be some issues with, but it's the only comic I just get really excited going forward. Yeah, I don't think that. Have you seen Nostalgia Critic? Oh, I watched Nostalgia Critic for years. I still watch episodes occasionally here and there. Not everything, but I've seen most of the stuff. It's gonna be CGI. We'll see who's writing it, what story. I am hoping it's good. I hope it's good, Tevya. Yep. Not the most ideal. So there you go. There's a solid lineup right there. I'll have to check out Action Comics at some point. I do want to kind of get back into the spirit of other DC titles again. I mean, I'm literally reading every Batman title that's there right now. I've read literally everything. I'm doing videos on pretty much all of them. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the Batman titles. And even then, like, I was just kind of covering the stuff for Fear State, but I don't think I have the energy to review everything. We know, Tevya. We know. Like, with the old John Kent is gone. You're just never going to see him again unless there's some sort of reboot. So you're just going to have to kind of deal with it, I guess. Water's good for my throat. I can do live streams for hours, but like if I can oh wait, let's do this. Favorite character introduced in 2021. If you're referring to the comics, I guess it would probably be Flatline. I think her design is just really kind of cool. She's really charismatic. She's exciting when she's on the page, like whenever she just kind of talks and stuff. So yeah, I really like I like her in terms of the new like DC Comics characters. I guess it would probably be her. We're gonna get her origin in like not this upcoming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. But I don't know. Like I like the goth aesthetic to it. So I mean, she's got like a fun personality. She plays well off Damian. She just kind of has to me she has the most staying power. I feel if potential out of the new characters. I am not familiar with John Polito, David. Oh, yay! Another crisis because that's what we need. I have no idea what it could be, Tevya. I honestly don't know. Favorite pizza place? Don't really have one. Don't really have one. I know where I'm from, Little Caesars is pretty well known, but like I don't really care for their pizza too much. I've actually been to the very first Little Caesars. Like it's kind of like a small store too. It's just in the middle. It doesn't really let you know it's a thing unless you walk in there. There's just a small plaque that says this is the very first Little Caesars. So yeah, I don't know my favorite pizza place. Don't really have one. My friend's more of a pizza expert than me, though. All right, so let's do some questions in that. I'm on the stream right now. Let's go ahead and talk. The only way to erase the terrible. Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's talk about Tynian's Batman run. It was better than Tom King's, but I got the sense toward like it just the problem with Tynian's Batman book is, for one thing, all he would do is just introduce new characters and then do nothing with them. Like they'd show up and then they'd just be kind of plot devices. Like the gardener, what was even the point of her? She seemed kind of redundant. Like Poison Ivy already exists. Like why do you have this character? The artwork on his run was really great. But the one thing I remember, it's like his Batman wasn't the best. It was better than Tom King's. Like Joker War was an improvement over what Tom King was doing. Like I was enjoying his book at first because it felt like, oh, thank goodness. But overall, like towards the end of it, I just got the sense that he didn't really care and just kind of wanted to wrap his stuff up. Like Fear State was just an overcrowded, confusing mess, all things considered. Like it just wasn't that great. The artwork is what saved his book. Like Jorge Menez's artwork was so like incredible. But yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe Mexico. Nah, I don't think so, Tevya. I don't like coffee, David the Master. I don't drink coffee. I've never been a fan of it. A lot of people look at me funny when I say that. I'm not a coffee drinker. I'll drink tea. I do go to Big Coffee to get their hot chocolates, though. Those are quite delicious. Exactly. Like, what was the point of Ghostmaker? It just like the whole point of Ghostmaker was just his whole character was my dick is bigger than yours, Batman. Yeah, James Tiny left Substack. Yeah, I guess that's what he did. Yeah. I don't know, Tevya. I don't know why they won't just erase John Kent. I don't know. They're just not going to. I mean, we've complained about it for years. It's just not going to happen. They just did this whole thing with John as Superman. Like, hey, look at all the stuff. Please pat us on the back for our stuff. That's what it kind of felt like to me. Have you been to New York? No, I have not. I'd like to go and then stay at the Plaza Hotel. That'd be fun to do. It's not going to happen, Tevya. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I haven't read his Justice League Dark Run. I'm not. We'll see. John Kent's book will be successful at first. Like, I mean, because like I said, they made the whole big media thing about issue 5, and it just got all this media attention. That's going to do well, but that book is going to drop off in quality over time. Australia. I'd like to go to Australia. I'd like to go to the Australian Zoo where Steve Irwin was. Tiny Detective Comics. His Detective Comics thing was just okay. It just wasn't like, it didn't really like wow me or anything like that. It was probably the last significant Tim Drake stuff. But yeah, like Tiny's Batman book, like his main run, like I said, it was better than Tom King's, and just kind of just got to the point where it was just like, it wasn't like truly awful, like the worst thing I've ever read, but it just got to a point where I'm like, I don't really care what happens next. Like this, like the whole Fear State thing, like I think I complained about this in a lot of the issues. I'm like, I was enjoying Detective Comics a lot more, but like it wasn't like a truly terrible comic book. Like I was excited to see how Fear State was just going to end, because I just, maybe I'm just so burnt out with it. Maybe if I assess it years down the road, I might enjoy it more. But Fear State as a whole, it was just too much, too much. And it's still going on. Technically, I still have more tie-in issues to cover, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna create a playlist actually probably tonight, and just kind of add things to the Fear State thing. Oh, Dragula. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. There's my favorite Rob Zombie song. As a filmmaker, not the best, but music-wise, he's pretty good. Yeah, Tomasi was doing good on Detective Comics. Why they took him off? Like, I'll say this though, like I'm actually like, at first I thought Tamaki was gonna do pretty bad. But Tamaki has surprised me quite a bit, and I've actually liked Detective Comics a lot more than the main Batman book. It's got some horror elements. Dan Mora's artwork is really good. I've enjoyed Detective Comics, all things considered. Like it was, I just felt like there's a lot more swearing in Detective Comics. Actually, Tavia, the Arkham Knight is a zombie right now. If you're reading Task Force Z, like you see that Arkham Knight, like Bane, and a few other characters are just zombies right now. So yeah, that's what happened to the Arkham Knight. She is a zombie now. No, Tevya, I am covering all the tie-ins. I've already done it. Like I'm all caught up with all the stuff that's happened. I made a promise that I would cover every issue of Fear State, and I have so far. So, yep, Tomasi would be perfect for Shazam. Tomasi just needs to be on another book. I'm enjoying Action Comics. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of love for Action Comics right now under Philip Kennedy Johnson. So I may need to check it out at some point. Oh, I enjoy Board James. Like Board James is pretty funny. I wish he would bring it back. It'd be kind of fun. Favorite drama movie? I guess Rocky. Like I love the Rocky series. Not all of them are drama movies though. Like I mean, the first one's definitely a drama. Like Rocky. We'll just go with Rocky at this point. I think that'd be a safe bet. Yeah, he does. And he wrote some good Detective Comic stuff, but like he never got his stuff never got the attention. Didn't really have DC like really pushing behind it like some other writers. Like Bendis had like the whole freaking red carpet laid out for him, like the Bendis is coming stuff. It wasn't like exciting. It was a warning, and even then, with less issues a month, like the Superman stuff still sold less under him. Like we think about this. Remember a few years ago we had Tomasi on Superman and Super Sons, and we had Jurgens on Action Comics all at the same time. So you had like 5 issues all at once. Oh no, Mike Matei. I never thought someone would say that. Maybe with my yes, we know. Well, you're gonna get that in January, but you're gonna get John Kent Superman. Best comes really stupid. Yep. Tomas and Jess would be cool. Yeah, Jurgens is a pretty good writer. He salvaged that whole Rick Grayson thing the best he could. Even he couldn't save it. Like there's just a lot of just bad things. But again, when you're writing so many titles, like there comes a point where not everything's going to work. But you just kind of hope for the best. Okay, what other questions do we have? Oh, I guess I should say stuff about like what's coming up for the channel. It's been a while since I've done one of these live streams, and it is fun to talk some stuff. What else can I say? Yep, definitely gonna get that. Favorite cartoon? I mean, all time, it's probably Batman the Animated Series. I think that's a safe bet. Oh, I love Attack on Titan. I think it's great. I'm excited for the final season. I didn't read the manga because I don't want to be spoiled for the anime. So I am looking forward to the final season of Attack on Titan. I'm hearing it's going to be like ending in a movie. So we'll see how it all kind of turns out. I should say next week is going to be the Hook review, and you guys, I tell you what, this Hook review is pretty amazing. I worked on it with Big Jack Films, and like we kind of planned this thing like a year ago, and we really been working on it for a while. I saw the final cut of it. This thing's an hour and like 12 minutes long. It is like one of the most big in-depth reviews you're gonna get. There's some exciting stuff right there. I had a really great time working on it with Jack. We both really loved the movie Hook, and it's the big 30th anniversary thing for it. There's a trailer out for the video. You all gotta be prepared to see this review. It is the longest review I've ever been a part of, and it's even for Jack too. It's gonna be the longest video on his channel. So next Friday, that thing is going to be premiering. I'm going to try and convince him um, to try and put it to. I'll see if he can set it up as a premiere, so then everyone can kind of watch it like in a live stream type fashion as it all happens. Because it's literally like watching. It's like you know what? It's so long. It's like the length of like the average DC animated movie. Like it's like an hour and 12 minutes of just pure entertainment and like informative nature and stuff. So yeah, enjoy the movie, Tevya. It's like a breath of fresh air after someone took a nasty shit, which was the 2016 film, which I did watch for the very first time this week. And it was the 2016 film was so bad. It's the worst type of bad movie, an unfunny comedy. Like it literally it's like I anti laugh. Like you know how you laugh and you're like like haha. Like this one sucked the laughs like from my body. Like it just made me feel miserable as I was watching it. And I'm like, oh god, like I don't understand. Like you have a lot of the people who worked on Bridesmaids, which is a pretty good movie, but like everyone just failed on all cylinders in the 2016 Ghostbusters film. I'm not sure. Like, I'm just kind of open to anything, really, David. I don't really have anyone I'm like, yeah, I really want to just collaborate with. Like, I don't really push for collaborations with anyone. I just kind of like it just kind of comes and happens as it goes. So, like, I've had people come to me to collaborate and stuff, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So, so. DC movies coming out for 2022. I'm looking forward. There's a Catwoman one. DC superhero pets. That looks like it could be kind of fun. And Super Sons. I can't remember their whole lineup for next year. Favorite TV show? Like currently, my current favorite TV show is probably Cobra Kai. All time, like I guess animation is probably Batman the Animated Series. Live action, it depends. Like if you're looking for a sitcom, I really like that 70s show. Something along the lines of Ash versus Evil Dead, I absolutely love to death. Um, hmm. Yeah, there's a few things up in the air. I'd have to really think about that. Well, that's good, Tevya. That's good. All right, so I think I cover the solicitations. Okay, that's cool. Pretty well. I'm losing my voice right now. It's an hour and 20 minutes into this live stream. All right, and we got a few more questions. I think I'll go for another Young Justice season 4. So I finally got around to rewatching all of Young Justice and to finish up season 3, and I'm all caught up with season 4. Season 1 and 2 are still the best. Season 3 was a huge step down in quality. Like even upon rewatching it, it was kind of overcrowded and just wasn't really working overall for me. Season 4, I didn't really care for what was happening in the Martian arc. It's gotten the next arc is more interesting, but the latest episode just made me go, "What the hell did you do with Cassandra Cain?" That was just like my jaw hit the floor. I'm not sure, David. I would have liked to have seen something years ago in terms of a Ghostbusters 3. I thought Ghostbusters Afterlife, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but they handled things pretty well, all things considered. I don't know what I would have done with Ghostbusters 3. I really don't know. I'd have to think that over. Like, that's a tricky one to do. Yeah, and then he's now a toddler now, so he's getting up there in age. But yeah, so whew. Oh man, it feels good to do a live stream. I was looking at the channel, like I haven't live streamed since September. I just don't do live streams as much like I used to. Oh yeah. Baby John, that's pretty cool. One of my biggest problems with Young Justice, though, is the insane amount of time jumps. Like this show time jumps so much to the point where like we miss important developments. It's like they skip over so much stuff. This season, they're at least doing things where they're like separating things into like different arcs and just doing a couple episodes for each character, which I am more appreciative of. I'm like, okay, let's just. I know some people are like, well, this character hasn't gotten any showcasing this season. I'm like, no, they're doing like a couple episode arcs for each character, which I'm so much more thankful for because it's not all over the place. Batman Dead End, the Batman vs Predator fan film, to me is like it's like the first big fan film, and you have Batman fighting a predator. So that's my all-time favorite fan film. Other than that, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I've seen over the years, but like Batman Dead End is one I just think to immediately. Superpower Beatdown is fun too. Maybe Tevya. We'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, I don't really do live streams on video games. I have not sat down and played a video game in a while. I need to get the PS5. That's something I need to get for Christmas, and maybe then I'll get back into gaming some more. Because like when it comes to like me and gaming, it's just like when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play some video games right now, and then it's like, oh shoot, I should be working on some videos at the time, but or doing something else. So that's why I just don't really game as much as I used to. Oh yeah, absolutely. I like Slumdog Millionaire, but Dark Knight's a much better and more pop culturally relevant movie. Like Dark Knight like left a bigger impact on cinema than Slumdog Millionaire did. Slumdog Millionaire is a good movie, but it's not as good as The Dark Knight in terms of characterization, in terms of like excitement. It's just one of those things. So yeah, I don't get why Dark Knight didn't even get nominated. Like it's so dumb. Like everyone thought Dark Knight was the best movie that year, and like just there was just so much overwhelming positivity for The Dark Knight. But yeah, like Slumdog Millionaire. Like when's the last time you heard somebody talk about Slumdog Millionaire? Like this comment. This is the last time I heard about this movie in a couple years. To be honest, it's a good movie. It is. I like Slumdog Millionaire, but it's not in the level of The Dark Knight. Favorite DC team? All right, you know my favorite DC team? I'll turn on the camera right now. The Teen Titans. Yeah, the Teen Titans are my favorite. But you know, Tevya, I actually have Cyberpunk. I've never actually installed it into my system because I hear it's like, oh, they're gonna be fixing it, but they never did. I like sushi, so there's a sushi restaurant near where I live that's quite delicious. So, plug for sushi. I guess the Avengers or X-Men, Tevya? I don't know. I'm not into Marvel as much as I am DC. Like I follow the entirety of the MCU and I really love Spider-Man quite a bit. And like I said, I like X-Men in that too. And I've enjoyed a lot of Marvel over the years, but I'm more of a DC guy than I am a Marvel guy. That's just kind of how I've always been. And it's tough trying to keep up with both lines of comics and all that too. So I just kind of stick with just one. Yeah. That's a solid choice, Tevya. A solid choice there with the X-Men. Yeah. Okay. We'll probably go another 5 minutes or so because Sean's voice is about to go. And, like, this is what happens when I don't have anyone to really bounce off of. And if I'm just talking constantly, like my voice just can't handle it. So the worst is my 8 hour stream. You know what? Believe it or not, Tevye, I'm actually am excited for the new Matrix movie. The first Matrix is good, or it's pretty decent. Like, I never loved the Matrix world. The sequels and that, like Animatrix, I didn't really care for all that much. But the new Matrix film had a really fun, exciting trailer. Playing the White Rabbit, and that I'm like, okay, this movie looks kind of fun and exciting. Like, it stylistically looks a little bit different. So I am intrigued by this new Matrix film. I have some. I'm trying to avoid spoilers for this movie, but this is like one of those movies where like every leak just comes out. I'm sure Toby and Andrew are going to be in there. Like, it looks like they digitally removed them from the trailers. I'm just looking for an entertaining time because I have not cared for. I have not really cared so much for the MCU Spider-Man films. Like, I mean, Homecoming I liked when I first saw it, but upon rewatching it, I didn't like it. It wasn't doing it for me. And I saw Far From Home once, and that was enough for me. I did not like Far From Home at all. What about Casey Affleck? Yeah, like I said, just gotta avoid spoilers the best you can. What else we got? I'll have to do these live streams. Oh yeah, the Venom movies. Like, the first Venom movie, like, here's my thought. Like, Venom 2 was just like a hilarious his opinion is on Casey Affleck. I have no opinion on Casey Affleck, all things considered. The Venom movies, the first one, it's like the stuff with Venom and Eddie is great, but everything else is absolutely atrocious. Like, uh the villain, it like Riot is probably the worst comic book movie villain of all time. Like, Venom is just not a good movie, like, but like Tom Hardy is very entertaining in it. Venom Let There Be Carnage, I laughed hysterically at it. It's just this goofy romantic comedy between a man and his symbiote. It's short, and they could have. It's entertaining. Like, Venom 2 is very entertaining. Like, I wouldn't say it's objectively like the greatest thing in the world, but I was very entertained by it. So saw that movie in theaters. I was like, this isn't so bad when I came out of the theater for it, but upon like revisiting, I'm like, okay, this is really bad. Like, that was 10 years ago. But yeah, it's a shame that Green Lantern movie did not do well. Like, it wasn't like very well received. Like, I wish. It just sucks. Like, Martin Campbell has made some great stuff. Like, he made Goldeneye and Casino Royale, but he just dropped the ball with that Green Lantern film. Such a shame. It just kind of sucks because if Green Lantern was good, imagine the state of the DC universe now. Could have been fun. Could have been something else. All right, I got about like 2 more minutes. Is favorite movie ripoff? I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't really think of that right now, David. Yeah, that was just the Green Lantern movie was just a mess. All right, what else we got? Any other last minute questions for Sean? I have not watched Stargirl at all, and I'm really just burnt out on the Arrowverse as a whole. Superman and Lois is another show I didn't really get into because I'm burnt out on CW stuff. Tevya, I've heard Superman and Lois is good, but it just I haven't really gotten into watching all of it yet. So I have gone fishing a few times. I'm not a really good fisher. At like the family cottage, I'll like cast a line out on the dock, but unfortunately, like, we don't really have water up there anymore because like one of the neighboring towns' dams broke and it just knocked out the entire water and just wiped out like an entire city. And thankfully, it wasn't like the family cottage, like that was like they had to like drain part of the lake where like my family's cottage is at. And so the water isn't going to come back until like another year or so. But I do like going fishing when I get the chance to. Not very good, but it is fun when you catch something. Favorite superhero of mine is Manchester Black. Brainiac. I always really like Brainiac, and then I like Zod. I like Lex Luthor, but I really want to see more of Brainiac. That's good. Favorite Batman villain, Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, or Granddaddy al Ghul. I don't know who my. It's tough to say my favorite Batman villain is all time. I guess it kind of depends on what mood I'm in for. So many people say Joker, and I love so many Batman villains. Like Joker is up there. Riddler's another one that's really up there for me. I always really like the Riddler. Mr. Freeze is pretty cool. I do like Scarecrow, but like favorite, like Joker and Riddler were probably my top two. I really like Ra's al Ghul as well. A Catwoman, I guess, would be up there, considered one too. It's tough to say a favorite Batman villain, but like Joker and Riddler were two that I always really loved. When I was younger, I think Riddler was like my favorite though, so I might go with Riddler. I really like the Riddler, and I feel like we don't really get as much Riddler as because Joker is just Joker is great, but like Joker gets overutilized a bit too much. Okay. Doom Patrol is really solid. I've watched all 3 seasons. Brendan Fraser is the best part of that show. Seasons, the only issues with season 2 and 3, I feel like it kind of loses sight. Like season 1, I think is still the best. It was an easier plot to follow because with season 2 and 3, like I feel like I mean they're more like like internally character focused, but I feel like there's no real good driving force with some of the plots in some ways. Like I don't half the time I don't know what's really happening in the show. Like in season 1, like okay, they had to deal with Mr. Nobody and they get their origins. Season 2, it's his daughter Dorothy. Season 3, it's the Brotherhood of Evil and all that. Like not really. The season 2 and 3 lacked a strong antagonist. But I really like Doom Patrol. I think it's way better than DC's Titans. Titans as a TV show is not good, but for some reason people watch it like myself. Soccer is not my favorite sport. Probably basketball and football, and I like playing golf from time to time, but I suck at golf. And Sean is losing his voice. Damian, that's my favorite Batman family member. I really like the whole Bat family as a whole. Superman, I still like them all too. For the most part. So, but in terms of Bat family, like I'm biased towards Damian. That's why he's still on the cover here. But yeah, technically a Doom Patrol villain. They were tons of fun. I just would have liked a little bit more fleshing them out too. Like nobody has been able. Case in point, nobody has been able to top Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol in terms of villains. Like Mr. Nobody was a fascinating villain. But like Alan Tudyk did such a great job with that role. So, all right, I think I'm gonna wrap this thing up. So I'm gonna give it about like 1 more minute. Any other last minute questions from anyone? Because I'm gonna need some water. My voice is just dying. I actually own Gods of Egypt. It is pretty terrible, but it's funny terrible. Brain was gray. Gray? I think you mean great. I would have liked more of the brain. All right, gonna give a few more seconds, or 20 seconds or so. Any other last minute questions? I have not seen the Cowboy Bebop show, nor have I seen the anime itself. So yeah, no opinions on Cowboy Bebop. I never watched, like I said, never watched the anime, never watched the show. All right, another like 15 seconds. Any other last minute questions before I wrap this thing up? Oh, Tabia's saying goodbye. And I'm going to give it another 15 seconds, and then I'll be wrapping this presentation up. Give my voice a brief little rest here. 9, 8, so okay, 7, 6, 5, and I'll just say final thoughts in that. 3, 2. Okay, so there's no more questions. I did want to say, I'll pop up on camera for this last bit. let's say goodbye to Damien. All right, here we go. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for sticking around for this live stream thing. No, not really, Tavia. Thanks for sticking around for this whole live stream thing. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these things, and it felt good to kind of come back on here and talk about some live stuff. I guess I'll just say what's next for the channel. Probably some more after the movie stuff coming up. I got to get working on some more written reviews and stuff. Some more comic book reviews obviously will be out next week, like such as Robin and all the other Fear State Times. So you'll see videos on all that stuff. Next week is the big Hook review. That is going to be a big epic crossover event. It's going to be on Big Jack Films YouTube channel. You guys are going to really love to see this thing. I've seen the review itself. It's really well put together. There's a couple little surprises and fun bits in there. We'll have to probably put together like a commentary for like some bloopers and outtakes, but this is a beast of a review. This thing's an hour and 12 minutes long. The trailer is already out there on the channel. So if you want to check that out, you can go ahead and check that out on Jack's channel. We have a trailer out there for it. So I believe next Friday that thing is going to be coming out. I'm going to be hyping this thing up every day because, like I said, this was a very fun collaboration to do. Hopefully we'll get to do more collabs like this in the future. But this is a pretty epic review on a movie I really liked, and Jack also really liked it. So the Hook review, that's going to be the big thing for next week. There's also a funny bit in there that I'm really kind of proud of. Like, it's something I kind of always wanted to do in terms of like a video, which you'll see when it comes out. So look forward to that more after the movies. The channel itself, we're getting very close to 2,000 subs. I've only got like 30 more to go. So hopefully within the next week or two, I'll be able to get something out there to hit that 2,000 subscriber mark. So we got that going on there. And any other last minute things that I thought of? And yeah, some more other videos will be like made in time too. I'm just kind of like gonna be trying to get back to do some more written stuff, but the Hook review is kind of a big one, so that's gonna be one, and I think you're all gonna like it. Like I said, that's the big video coming out next week, and then obviously the Robin comic book, and you'll see more of that stuff on the channel. Probably more. I'm gonna try and get some more MonsterVerse related videos out too if I can, because the last one I did is doing pretty well. I think it's got over 3,000 views. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and push that 2,000 subscriber mark, and then work on some other stuff in time. So yeah, I got nothing else to say. I just want to say thank you to everybody who stuck around for the live stream. It's been fun. I'll have to do more of these at some point. I'm gonna do another watch party again. I think that'd be kind of fun to do, maybe in like a week or two. So and then maybe some collaborations down the road and stuff. So yep, that's all I got to say. Thanks so much for watching. Everybody who's stuck around for the past hour and a half. What did you think of the DC Comics solicitations? I'm most looking forward to Robin, and just there's other stuff that exists, but Robin is the most fun. So all right, well, I got nothing else to add. No other questions. Thanks again for watching, everybody. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace, everyone.